Welcome to the foxhole, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little late. I was dealing with some technical difficulties. I kind of created my own little invention here. If you've watched any of my previous live streams, you probably see this is kind of a different setup. Usually, I have the camera like in front of me, and uh, you can see the full background. I'm using a different camera right now because I was able to kind of bypass StreamYard's professional plan, like to where you can like have an extra camera, I guess, with the professional plan, but it's like so much more money to use. And so I was like, how can I kind of create my own little invention of how to share like the comics and kind of still be here while you guys can still see me. So it was a whole thing, but we made it. We're here. I'm really excited to be here. Please let me know if you're watching. Please let me know if you can hear me. Like I said, my setup is a little bit different tonight because I was moving things around, but I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. So um, I'm really excited to be here, guys. Let me know if you're in the chat. I'm streaming on Facebook. I'm streaming on YouTube, and I'm also streaming on X. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is a big night, and I cannot wait to show off the Fabled offering. This is huge. This is a huge day and huge week. There's a lot of great stuff that's going to come in the stream, so that I'm really excited to talk about. And it's the official live unboxing of the Fabled offering. I know so many of you have been waiting for this book. I've been waiting for this book. This is, you know, 2 years in the making. So this is huge for me. This is really crazy. This is like what I live for. Like, I was thinking about it this morning, how everything about making comics, it feels so like illusory, like you can't touch it until, like, it's not real until the book actually is in your hands. It doesn't feel real to me. Like, even going through all of the production and proofing it and editing it, lettering it, going through every stage of the comic book making process, it's still like on a screen, like everything is untouchable. And I need that physical, uh tangible item to make me feel like all this work that I've done, actually was worth it, because that's what I'm waiting for. That's the whole, from the inception of the idea of making your comic, that's the end goal, right? Like that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the physical book, and you start working on a concept or an idea, and you think, "Oh man, I can't wait, until this comes out and what it looks like and the kind of paper we're going to use, and the kind of format we want it to be, all that kind of stuff." And so when you get to that point where it's actually here, you actually can look at it and feel it and smell it and touch it and all that good stuff. This smells like comics. Like, this is comics. And so that's what makes days like this the most exciting part and the most worthwhile part for me, uh, being a creator, to be here. So we got Kevin Davis in the house. What's up? Hey, man. You are so welcome to be here. Thanks for tuning in. And I was really looking forward to showing these books off, and I wanted you to be here, so we can look at them together. You were one of the first readers, I believe, of the PDF, at least first reviewers, someone who read it and messaged me about it. So that's really, really exciting for me. That was like such a great message you sent me, and I was like, so it's so validating, because again, when you spend so much time on something and you work on something for so long, uh, it's all in your head, right? Like it's just all in here, and you hope things translate well. You hope people resonate with the story resonates with the reader, and that they're able to understand it and enjoy it and all that good stuff. So I don't want to talk anyone's ear off too long. I'm kind of just getting things going, making sure. Amazing story I've read. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Thanks, man. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, like it's just there's a few things I want to get out of the way before we do the unboxing, before we show these off. Um, but I do want to just say like this is this is why we're here. This is why I make comics. And I want this to be a fun stream. Hopefully nothing, no lights go out. I have a lot of things going on here. You guys can't see it, but I have like 4 lights going on and like 2 cameras and my microphone, and um it's a little bit overwhelming, but I got the boxes right here. I know you can't see them, but they're right here next to me. That's me. I got so I picked out what I believe to be like the A cover, and then all the other covers, they separated them into different boxes. So we're gonna start with the main one, the main wraparound cover, and then we're gonna go down to the different variants. But before we get to that, while people are kind of tuning in, let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know what cover you got. We can talk about it. If you have any questions about the story, we're not going to get into like spoilers or anything, um, but I do want to show off some of the art, show off just how like the design, like how we made it, like what it looks like, and just like enjoy it actually being a physical reality, and react to all the covers and how they look in print, and the pages. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Kevin says, just gonna throw in my coin to ask for mine to be signed. Yeah, no, we can do that. We can probably do that. I did have a tier, like a collector's edition, that I would sign it and you would get a print. But yeah, I don't mind signing your copy. Um, I'd be happy to do that. I love doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do, is do book signings and things like that. So when I get to your package, I will do my best to remember that. If I forget, please remind me. But I'm gonna do my best to remember that, so that you get a signed copy. I'm waiting. So actually, I think everything arrived. I was waiting on the trading cards. That was like the last thing I was waiting on to get here. But I believe they arrived today. I had them shipped to my parents' house because I just don't trust uh, things being taken care of at my apartment. Sometimes things get lost. So I'm gonna get those, and then I have all the mailers. I have everything ready to go. I got the art prints. I got the stickers. Everyone's gonna get a sticker. Everyone's gonna get a trading card because we hit some of those stretch goals. So yeah, apologize, guys. If my camera's kind of weird. Like I have this light right here. I'm not using my GoPro. I'm using a different camera. I'm going to be using the GoPro to show off the comic. I feel like the comic deserves the better camera, if that makes sense. So, um, anyways, the first thing I want to talk about really quickly before we start unboxing, I don't mean to keep you guys here too long. Um, but there's a few things. There's some housekeeping that needs to be done because I want to shout out a couple of campaigns. One, I wanted to share Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales, the original graphic novel. It's 160 plus pages. You can get soft cover or hardcover. This is an anthology that I'm a part of, and I let's see here. Let me. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I was trying to present fully here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Um, you can tell I haven't used StreamYard in a while. Um, so we're at 628 backers, over $33,000 we've raised. It's over $10,000 from the goal. So we are killing it. We have 25 hours to go. And this is such a cool anthology. I'm so excited to be a part of it. I get to be with other indie creators like Clay Adams and Travis Gibb, who, Orange Cone Productions. This is Travis's publishing company. And we got Chris Mad and David Byrne, um, Brian Wolf. Love his stuff. Devin R. Scott. Hope I pronounced your name right. Philip Charles. A lot of these guys, like Dan Schmidt, I've seen around, in the indie scene, and so it's really cool to be a part of this anthology with all of them. But yeah, so there's three different covers to choose from. Here's the main cover. Here's another cover which I really like. You can see all the different fairy tales reflected in the mirror. And you have Cthulhu. So, like the basic, pitch for this is it's an anthology series called Cthulhu Invades, and they've done, like Cthulhu Invades Wonderland, Cthulhu Invades Neverland. They've done different ones in the series, and this one is Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. And so I wrote the Little Red Riding Hood story, and let's see, I did it with Marco Roblin, so the artist of the Fabled Offering, and there's some art here. The title of the story is called The Little Red Priestess. My quick elevator pitch for this is: what if A24 and Ari Aster made a Little Red Riding Hood story? That was kind of the inspiration. My anchor for the story was like, if A24 produced a Little Red Riding Hood story, what kind of horrors could we get up to? And I was a little worried we might get a little too graphic, like in terms of like the blood and the gore and stuff. But um, everything was approved about it, so I'm happy with it. I'm excited. I think Travis said there were like 5 or 6 other pitches for the Little Red Riding Hood like story, and so he chose mine. So I'm really happy that uh, that happened, and that I was able to kind of rise to the top and have this, uh, be another notch in my belt and another story that I can kind of, I was able to stretch some other muscles. I've always been focused on my own stuff. It's really cool to like take a property. I've never really done that before. At least not like a fully established, property, a story everyone knows. And out of all the fairy tales, this was the one I wanted because of just how iconic, everyone knows the Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, it's just like classic. So there's a lot of cool stories. We got the Ugly Duckling, uh, Spider and the Fly, a lot of obscure ones too. Like some, like you'll, the Boy Who Cried Wolf, like you'll recognize, but others, are more obscure. Three Billy Goats Gruff. But yeah, it's 160 plus pages, and we only have 25 hours to go. 628 backers. Uh, so I really think, okay, we're gonna have like 1 day left. I really think we can hit 3,500. I think it would be insane if we hit 40K. If we hit like 700, 750 backers or something. I mean, who knows? Like Kickstarter campaigns, they can get pretty wild in the last day and the last few hours. So we're going to be doing a live stream on Travis's YouTube channel and on Facebook tomorrow night. So we're going to close it out together. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But get in on this, guys. Like it's such a great community project, and you can get a lot of people get a taste for a lot of people's work, a lot of different art styles. And plus, if you love the Fabled offering, like this is the selling point. Like we have a 12-page story. So for people who love the Fabled offering and who are excited for that book, Marco and I did a story, did the Little Red Riding Hood story in this book, and it's 12 pages and it looks beautiful. Just go to my social media and you can see some of the pages that Marco's has done that I've shared in some panels and things. Um, it's really stunning work. It's Marco was like, man, like he loved working on it, and he said it was like, some of his best work that he's done. He got a little tired of all of the like twigs and trees and bushes he had to draw. um, which I understand. A lot of it was like tedious work. But man, like Marco does not shortchange me, does not shortchange the reader. He's amazing, and we really did some great work here. So if you like really good horror stories, fairy tales, Cthulhu, anything like that, give it a shot, give it a chance. This is a Ringo Award nominated anthology series too. So that was another exciting part about being part of this anthology. So hopefully, it gets another Ringo nomination for like next year, and we can take a Ringo home. So that'd be pretty sick. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to cover. And then the next thing, really quickly, which you guys can only imagine what I want to talk about, and that is Man-Child. So this is my next book. This is my next Kickstarter. This is going to be launching, fingers crossed, October 1st. I thought about maybe moving it to October 2nd because a lot of people say um, Kickstarters, I don't know, like it's better on Tuesdays than Mondays. We'll see. I'm still going to stick to my October 1st plan unless something changes. But I'm really excited about this new book. It's issue 3 in the Man-Child series, and we're introducing 6 new villains. I can go down here. We got the Crane, Summit, Postman, Ivory Horn, Bitter Pill, and Highness Helen. They're all here. The Sadistic Six is what we're calling them. And here is Jay Mazar's cover. This is going to be the standard cover or cover A for issue 3. And right now we're at 69 followers. We've had a pretty good jump. We were at 60 followers like yesterday, and now we're at 69, that lucky number. And so I'm trying to hit 200 followers before we launch October 1st. And if also you've been following me, you will know that I've been showing off Ben Morse's gatefold cover. I don't have it on here yet, but I'm going to be revealing the full piece tomorrow. I've been sharing each part of it, and so tomorrow I'm going to reveal piece number 4. And this is going to be the first gatefold cover I've ever done. Maybe Ben's ever done, I think. And I was really happy because I spoke to the printer who they don't really do that, but I asked them like, could you guys do that? And they got back with me and they were like, yeah, we could totally do that. So that's going to be really exciting for this book. It's definitely I think out of all the issues so far, issue 3 is going to be our best. It's the most complicated in terms of storytelling. Jay will attest to all the art that he's been doing, and designing all these characters, and us like introducing 6 characters, like all the rogues gallery of the Monarch Crier into one story. So that's really cool. I mean, like if you love universe building, and if you love like seeing original superheroes, new ideas, new characters, new costumes, um, you know, we have all of that, and they're all going to be out to get the Monarch Crier. And while that's like the flashy side of it, at the same time, Rufus, if you've read Man-Child issues 1 and 2, you know about Rufus. It's just as much his story as it is the Monarch Crier story. And Rufus is going to be at the comic book store on New Comic Book Day, manning Uncle Chester's comic shop by himself. And there's this huge parade going on, and he's completely overwhelmed. He's doing it as a favor to Chester. And the first page is like him being like, "Why, why did you do this to me? Like you knew this was going to happen. You knew I was going to be overwhelmed." It's a real fun book, but it also has some pretty dramatic moments in this next issue. It gets pretty dark. So um, it's a great balance. You know, something about the series is that contrast between fantasy and reality, and I think with issue 3 we really drive it home in a way that we haven't done before. So yeah, please sign up. You know, that's my call to action. If you guys can back Cthulhu and Fade's fairy tales, if you can't back it, please share it. And then um, please sign up. I'm going to share this again. Please sign up for Man-Child issue 3 on Kickstarter. The pre-launch page is live right now. Trying to hit 200 followers before we go live in October. We're going to be launching this in October. My plan is to fulfill the Fabled offering completely, get it all shipped out before October rolls around. So you guys will have a fulfilled book. You can trust me. This is my like, I don't know, 8th crowdfunding campaign. My 6th book. I've done a few campaigns on Indiegogo's, like second chance campaigns for people who've missed out on the Kickstarter. But you guys know I fulfill. You guys know that this has honestly been my latest book, the Fabled offering, but we're going to be looking at it. And I think you guys are going to be like, okay, now I know why it took so long, because this book is beautiful, and it looks, and you know it's going to be what you've been waiting for. I hope to not disappoint you guys. You know, also the thing about the Fabled offering is that you know, it's a double issue. It's like a small graphic novel. It ended up being 46 pages, so it took a little bit longer than we anticipated. We let some scenes breathe a little bit more. We were able to, you know, we really tried to inject as much creativity without sacrificing too much production time, but also without sacrificing, you know, coherence, and trying to make it all make sense, because it's a complex book. This is a book you're going to have to take some time with. You know, you can't just read it like in 5 minutes and be like, "Oh, I get it." You know, I mean, I don't want it to be that kind of read. That was never the intention. I want it to be entertaining, but I want you to uh, take time with it. And if we did our job correctly, it will prompt you to do that, I think. So, anyways, you know, it's really, it's like, it's up to you. Like I'm not going to convince you if it's a good book or not. I'm not going to convince you. I can say the art's amazing. Like there's no way you cannot look at this book and be like, "Oh, it looks, you know, crazy, psychedelic, beautiful." Like Marco poured his heart out into this book. Uh, that's not up for debate. But you know, whether you enjoy it, we'll see. But okay, I'm gonna stop talking because it's like I'm talking about it like it's not here, but it is here. So um, let's get to it. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's stop talking. Let's start showing. You know, show, don't tell. So I'm going to, let's see, how should I do this? I'll keep the camera on me for now, and then as we transition, I have a little setup where I'm going to put the book and we can look at it together. But I'll show it here, and then we can like really get a good look at it together while I talk, and we can kind of see how this works. But um, this is going to be really good. Oh, hey, let's see. The PDF version took me a day to read it, and it was amazing. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, see, I think you know you did it justice. Like, and what I mean by that is, um, there's a lot to mull over, and you know, it's not a eh, what do I want to say? It's not a conventional story in terms of structure. So we play with time, we play with back and forth, and having it kind of be out of sequence. But it you take your time with it. Have a nice big cup of coffee with it. Marco, hey Marco, what's up, dude? You should be here. You should be here right now. So exciting. It was an amazing journey. I know we're at the end of our journey for this story, for this part of the story. We'll see. We'll see what people think. That's the whole idea for this. And Marco says, "Thanks, Kevin." So yeah, we're here. All right. Let's see. Kevin said I had to have a Coca-Cola while reading. Not a coffee person. Okay, okay, that's okay. Tea, cola, soda, whatever floats your boat. I want more. All right. See, we have one person. One person wants more. Marco and I want more too. So uh, that's three of us. We'll see. We'll see who else wants more after they read this really, really exciting book. Okay, so let's go. So we're gonna open uh box number one, which is cover A, I believe. Um, so yeah, let's do this thing. The good thing about my printer too is they really package things really well. I was able to cut through some of it, like to like save us some time. Um, some of the packaging, But all right. So something like I'm worried about, is with like a wraparound cover. Um, you hope that they printed the cover correctly. Like what's supposed to be the front is the front, and what's supposed to be the back is the back. It's like you'll look at this, and I'm like, no, wait a second, is this like, did they print it right? All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. The first, let's see, I don't want, there's going to be a glare, but here it is. Here's cover A in all its shiny, glossy beauty. All right. And there's the back. Woo! Look at that, guys. Okay. And so we got the spine. So we did make it perfect bound. I'll show all this better here, but um, I'll change the camera. I don't want to, because this isn't doing it justice, because I got this like weird light in front of me. But this is it. This is it. So look at that. Look at that thickness. It's kind of a thick book. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, all right. So okay. So this is cover A, guys. Look at that. So the spine breaks it a little bit, but it's okay. We needed that spine. I really wanted this to be a perfect bound. Um, and I think it looks really good. I mean, you still got the wraparound. It looks so cool to like flip it, and you see Aurelia holding Estrella's hand, the Foxhole Comics logo. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my camera off, or actually, no, I don't need to do that. Let me see here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. And all right, all right. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, unfortunately this light is going to be here. Uh but I think this is a better view than the way I had it. Um Sorry if it's a little slow. Um I'm probably like gonna burn my laptop is like gonna blow up right now. Um, but hey, this is it. So here we go. This is cover A. All right. And then let's see. You can see the spine here. Schaefer, Roblin, Hopkins. I don't know if it'll. Let's see. The Fabled offering. I wish it wouldn't. Okay. Taking too much time on the spine here. All right, but yeah, okay. So here we go, guys. So we got the opening here. We went with black, white, and red. We felt like that represented the comic really well from a design sense, really clear. Absolutely love the logo. Um, Doko makes comics. Christian Dokolomansky, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I may have pronounced that wrong, but I love his work so much. He did this logo, up here too, and DC Hopkins was able to make this all red. But I love this so much with the blood splatter. It looks so good. Um, so sorry for the glare. I hate that. Okay, so then we have our dedication. So I dedicated this to my mom. This is so I've taken care of my family. So Lifeline I dedicated to my father. Uh, Seasons Volume 2 I dedicated to my brother, and now we have the Fabled Offering, which is to my mom. This is a story about a mother. This is a story about you know the strength it takes to become one and be one, and all the fears that are associated with that. Um, and so I felt like it only made sense. I wanted to give my mom that. So this book is for her. And then we got To the Loves of My Life, Catherine, Connie, and Simona, to my family, to the reader. Thank you. Is Marco Roblin's dedication. So, and here, this is the Mark of Sizen, this insignia right here. Aurelia gets this mark throughout the story at a certain point in the story. And so I really wanted this to be like a touchstone, like a design anchor that we use for the book. And then we have the Foxhole Comics logo over here. And then we have all the different covers listed. And we have the title logo by Christian Dokolomansky, which is Dokominks Comics, the guy who did the logo. We have all the fine copyright text. No one can steal this book. All right, we got page one. So this is like it's so good. So we printed all this on glossy paper. So the entire book is glossy. So it has like a real sheen to it. Um, and let's see here. We got Marco says, "Thank you. I'm sure we'll be able to travel further into the Fabled Offering universe." Yes. And then Marco says, "Awesome." Kevin says, "Marco, you are a masterpiece." And then he says, "Your art is a masterpiece, I mean." Well, Marco himself is a masterpiece too, right? Like anyone who can do this, who does it all, who does pencils, inks, colors, like not only is his art masterful, but the guy has to be pretty cool too. Like I can vouch for him, right? Um but yeah, so here's page 1, guys. Look at that. It looks so good. So this is Sizen here. We have the three faces of Sizen. Yes, Marco, you know. Um, and everything looks so good, guys. It feels great. We have like a thicker. Ooh, yeah. Oh man, look at that. Look how cool that is. I'm gonna like move it back here a little bit. Look at that two-page spread. It is so cool. I'm just gonna like we're just gonna like leave it on here for a second. everyone, everyone, just like enjoy this. Enjoy this with me. This is so exciting. Um, yeah, this is the first appearance of our character. This is Aurelia here. Look how awesome this turned out. Like you can't like this is the thing. People don't understand. People don't understand about like the digital movement and like we just need to go digital. Like guys, like you don't I'm sorry, but you don't get you don't flip the page and get this and then flip like you have no idea. Like you're not scrolling, you're not, you're holding something like this is the way comics are meant to be read, right? At least like traditionally. I mean, that's how I feel about it. But like, I feel like you're missing something when if you don't have this. Like, you turn the page and it's like, holy crap! Like this just like smacks you right down in the face, and I don't think you really get that digitally. I mean, maybe you do, but I've never experienced it. I mean, you need that page turn. You need to like absorb it. I feel like the screen is just one more barrier to the reader. But those are just my controversial hot takes. If you guys want to know about controversial hot takes, wait for my video essay tomorrow. That's going to be fun. I'm a little worried about it. I will say I'm a little worried about it. I wonder what people will think. I say that it's more like I just think there's more nuance to the conversation. And I'll talk about it maybe at the end of my stream a little bit here. But let's keep going. This isn't about anything else other than this book. So look at that, guys. And then okay, you thought like you thought this was epic, right? Oh wait, no. Look at that. Woo! Everybody, we are we have arrived. we, it looks so good. Like holy moly. Kevin says at this point I want to buy more copies. Yeah, dude. We'll hook you up with all the covers. We'll get you everything, the whole bundle. And thank you. Yeah, Kevin gets it. Kevin gets it. So yeah, look at this, guys. Let's see if I can kind of get a little bit closer here. No, maybe. Might raise this up a little bit. Okay. I wish it was a little bit brighter. Can I make this brighter? There we go. That's a little bit better. Bro, don't tempt me. I am. I've will you accept my offering? So yeah, I mean, what a way to open up a book, right? Like this was a bold move for us. Like we wanted to come out of the gate swinging. We wanted a splash page and then two splashes right uh next to each other in the book. And there's a reason for that. We really wanted this to feel cinematic. We wanted this to feel larger than life, big, like you're getting absorbed into the book, like just like that. And you honestly too, um, in these 4 pages, you understand how much of a warrior and how like powerful, how dominating Aurelia is. We want her to be larger than life. We want her to be like this huge warrior princess um, type, larger than life character, and you get that right out of the gate. And then we start to contract. Like it opens up. Like I imagine like a huge battle montage in the beginning of a film, and then things start to quiet down. We kind of like go down to we yeah we gotta go down to earth a little bit, get a little bit more down to earth, um, kind of retract a little bit and get back uh, to where she is now. And you know, also like the thing about this too is we see how she herself has changed. Like this great warrior, this like fearless warrior is now like on a desperate quest. And like there's a humbleness to it, there's a humbling of her to it. um but man, it's gorgeous. These colors are so like beautiful, like on this glossy paper. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm not showing any spoilers, like we've all seen these pages. Um but anyways, like the point is, these colors are just insane. I mean, like they look so good. This is very exciting. If you don't hear me talk, it's just me drooling, right? Wow. Okay, and I do have to, of course, um shout out my letterer designer DC Hopkins. I mean, you don't get this with like an amateur letterer. Like his design sense of like putting all the clapping around the panels. I think I may have mentioned something like that in the script. I'm not like 100% sure. I'd have to look back. But you know, and we have it here on this panel too. Um but everyone's clapping, and like you get this sense of like, this is a victorious moment for her. And then in the middle of it all, we have this guy Gressick who is not clapping. We zoom into him, and so some I think like some tasteful, subtle storytelling going on. But it just like I look at it, I'm like, man, this just works like in my head. But man, this panel right here, this looks insane. Like this is something else. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Kevin says, of course, I'm gonna accept. I'm working on my indie comic shelf. All right, dude. Yes, hit me up. Let me know. If you want all the covers, we'll go through all of them. I guess I should I stop showing the interiors, or should I keep showing some of these? Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see the other covers right now. Hey, Mick. Let's see, we got, it says John Higgins colors. Yes, yes. Do you hear that, Marco? Do you see that? That's totally right. And actually, it's cool that you mentioned that, because um, there's a little side project that Marco and I want to do, and it's the John Higgins colors that we want for it too. So I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, like um, it's I think Marco would be just like perfect for it, and I think his colors would be too. Kevin says, "Stop showing. I want to see the covers." Okay, okay. We might show some more interiors later, if you guys want. But I feel like it's time for the other covers right now. I will save the interiors for later if you guys want to see some more, or some of the back matter. But yeah, so here's cover A. All right. All right. Let me Cool. I'm back. Okay, I'm gonna take this box down and get to the next one. All right, so this one looks like it's gonna be cover F. This one looks like it's gonna be Marco Rudy's cover, which is like my probably man, I can't say. Like it's so hard for me to like pick one, but Marco Rudy is like one of my favorite artists of all time. He's worked with Marvel and DC, and he's also working, I think, on a Mad Cave book right now, doing covers for Mad Cave. Um, but he worked on the Winter Soldier series with Alice Cott. He worked on Swamp Thing, New 52 with Scott Snyder. Um, what else has he done? He's done like he did an issue of Uncanny X-Men with Bendis. He did an issue of Scarlet Witch with James Robinson. So Marco, two Marcos. I love like Marcos must be blessed. Like you got Marco Roblin, who's like amazing. My partner in crime, we got Marco Rudy, who I just absolutely love. So I think this is his cover, which I own the original. Oh, it'd be cool to like put them side by side, maybe. Okay, we're gonna switch over here. You guys ready? Boom! Look at that, man. It's not it's not as blue as the camera is showing, but look at that. Look at that cover, guys. Woo! If we had some like sound effects in here, could we like have some applause? So all the variant covers have a very simple but sleek back. So the Mark of Sizen, and then we got the Foxhole Comics logo. But yeah, look at that, guys. That is insane. Let me see. I'm gonna pull out the cover, the original art, real quick. Just focus on that cover right now. All right. The camera's kind of wigging out on me right now, but um this is the original artwork. This is the painted artwork that Marco Rudy did for this cover, and he sent it to me because the guy is freaking generous and amazing, and like freaking should be working on a mainline Marvel and DC book like nonstop all the time. So this is the original work. I don't know if let's see. That's a little bit better. So you can see the printed edition and the original art. It's so cool. I need to get this baby framed. This is like one of those things that, you know, a part of you, like, I don't know, like you get it, you have original art and you're like, what do I do with it? Like, I want to like cherish it, keep it, frame it, put it up for everyone to see, but like only like I don't know, it might just be something that I appreciate. Like I don't know if I showed this to other people. I know you guys do because you're comics fans, but if I hung it up, would people be like, "Oh, like what's that?" Or am I just like indulging myself? Like that's what it feels like. It's like, "Yeah, this is cool. I love this. This is mine." Um But yeah, okay. So yeah, it's just really awesome to own original artwork, and I also own Marco Rudi's cover he did for Man Child issue 2. So um, yeah. All right. So yeah, this is so blue. It's really not this blue, but yeah, everything is the same on the inside. Um, I'm not going to show the finale, the final page, but I do want to point out that we have our bios and that we have our thank yous to the people who wanted their name in the book. And then also uh, on the inside back cover, we have my other books and all of my socials and a QR code so you can go to my link tree and sign up for all the good stuff. But yeah, so so seasons. This is completely sold out. I'm going to be doing a campaign for the trade paperback editions uh like early next year after the Man Child issue 3 campaign. Um I still have some of the hardcovers of volume 2, but volume 1 is gone. So we're going to be it's going to be a big campaign. We have like a few different covers for each volume. It's going to be for both seasons volumes 1 and 2. It's going to be a trade paperback um, edition of both, separate separate volumes, different covers for each one. Anthony did 2 new covers, and I got to work with some other amazing artists. You may have seen Rob Willis's cover. That's going to be a cover for volume 1, and we have a couple other covers for volume 2. But you may be able to find the hardcover seasons, like possibly on eBay or um, I don't know, like if you want to like hunt one down and see if anyone wants to part with one. But hopefully not because they like the story. Anyways, but yeah, so as we get prepared for volume 3, because we still got volume 3 and 4 to do, I needed more copies of this book so people could catch up with it, get ready for volume 3, and we're going to be launching the campaign for volume 3 next year. Hardcover in this style and also trade paperback. All right, so this is cover F by Marco Rudy, also very shiny. All right, let's see. Next, let's see what we got. We got. See, I think that was a splash page earlier. Take this. What's up, man? Total excellent. You are excellent. Hey, Christopher. Hey, thanks for stopping by, dude. Great to have you here. I hope you are enjoying yourself. And yeah, that these are um, taking everyone's breath away. They're definitely taking my breath away. Dude, that painting is breathtaking. Dude, he needs to work for movie poster covers, top tier work. I know, right? Like, can you imagine? Like, I know a lot of people didn't like Rebel Moon, but like, if he did a Rebel Moon uh, piece or any of the new Star Wars stuff, like any of the series, um, he could do anything. He could do like Lord of the Rings of Power show. Like, man, he'd be insane to do all that stuff. That is something for you to hang up as an accomplishment and showcase to your house guest. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. If it was me, I would just have like art like everywhere. Like none of these walls would be uh bare at all. Both covers look amazing. I appreciate love that as a poster. Yeah. Thanks for joining, Bay. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier. And then we got Virginia. Hey, Virginia. Marco rules. Yes, he does. Both Marcos. But yes, either one works. Uh, you would love that as a poster. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. The thing about doing posters and things is like shipping them can be kind of a hassle. But that's something I could maybe take to conventions, and like have an epic poster. Dude, you won't be alone on that goal. My walls will be covered with my work and comic covers. Yeah, exactly. Like I have the original Seasons Volume 1 cover that Anthony did all those years ago. I have a lot of Manchild covers. Um, and that's what I love about traditional artists. If I could own like everything that the artist has done for my books, like I would. I want to work with a Marco artist. Yeah, find everyone. Everyone needs to find their Marco, right? Um, Kevin says, "I found a way to ship posters. It's definitely not easy, but it's worth it." Okay, cool. You'll have to share that with me. I'd like to know. I'd like to know how what you do. Maybe we can talk about that later. Okay, next cover. Let's not break any backs here, guys. Hauling all this stuff. Oh my gosh, like 16 boxes. It was so hot outside. Um, and I had to haul them, put them in my car, and then take them home. And I was already like so exhausted. I think I made like 8 trips, 8 separate trips, like 2 boxes at a time. Uh, all right. So this one looks like it is cover C by Cortez Flavio. This is like that uh really um kind of grim, like painted uh dreamlike cover. All right. Let's see. It's here. Why? There we go. All right, here's cover C, guys. By Cortez Flavio. Look at that. What do you guys think of this one? Let me know. So this is Aurelia here, and these are the three faces of Sizen surrounding her. There's a lot of like grainy detail. It kind of came out a little darker, a little like I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's not really focusing, but yeah, so this was traditionally painted. This was traditionally painted by Cortez Flavio. I think he does like oil paints, I believe. Um, he also sent me some like little design stuff. I'll have to share those soon. He just did it for fun. He was like, "Can I paint her again?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man. Like, go for it. Like, let's." If I remember correctly. Look at that. I love this face. This face right here. It's so haunting. But so yeah, we have the past, the present, and the future over here. Nice wooden stand. Yeah. Yeah, I love the stand. I got it at a bookstore, and it is a book stand. And so, if you look at my some of my oldest videos, um, where I do like the art of what am I gonna say? What's it called? The art of writing comics videos. Um, I use this to show off the comics I'm looking at. I haven't used it in a while, but I really love it. It's a great way to share uh, share things you're looking at, and it's very sturdy too. I had to this backboard isn't even a backboard. I had to make that and put it on there on the back, but just so it could have a black background, because otherwise you could see through it. Let's see. Bro, that cover is breathtaking. Thanks, Ichthus. Uh, yeah, it looks really good. I hate this glare. Let me let's see here. Turned it down a little bit more. Yeah, you can kind of see it better this way. And then yeah, we got the back here. All right. Kevin says insane, gorgeous. Hey Carlos, thanks for tuning in, Carlos. Very nice. Thank you. I'm noticing you are hitting from superheroes and sci-fi fantasy. This one looks like you are focusing more on fantasy than the last campaign. Oh, do you mean this book, or do you mean Manchild, or this cover? Like this cover in particular? The details on the illustrations are wild. Yes, I know. They are. Yeah, so this is by Cortez Flavio. Cover C. All right. This one turned out good. It kind of is like it's like the texture of the paper, like whatever paper that Cortez used. It has like a really grainy, um, like almost like you could feel it, but it's glossy, so you can't, but like it makes you want to. You're like, wait, there's got to be some texture here. Um, but it's also really grungy. Like it's kind of grimy and grungy, and um, it's messy, but like in a good way. All right. Okay, so we have like three more covers to go through. Let's see what we can do. Um, all right. So what's going to be the next one? We've gotten through cover A, F, and C. So we got B, D, and E left. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. So this one is cover D by um, Ariel Murti. This one got a lot of love, like online. A lot of people love Ario's work. I really do. He has this really beautiful book called Orphans, which made me. It's a fantasy book. Made me want to hire him and work with him because he does it all as well. and his line work is really clean, but his color work is like just uh, so easy on the eyes. Like it's very pleasant. Right. This looks really good. I'm really happy with this one. All right, look at that, guys. Here is Cover D by Cortez Flavio. Oh wait, no, by Ario Murti. Sorry, um, getting my names mixed up here. Yes, so this one's by Ario Murti. This is Cover D. What do you guys think of this one? What's your favorite cover so far? Yes, this is like I talked about this a lot during when I was making the rounds for all the interviews and everything. Um, I you know, I always talked about this cover and how much I loved it because I loved the composition of it so much. Everything. This was, thumbnailed this. I laid this out for Ario, and I sent it to him. Um, and it turned out exactly like how I had in mind. If you go back to one of my newsletters, I go in detail about this cover and show it off and talk about it and talk about my um, layouts and stuff. But what's so like this cover tells a story. Uh, almost, I feel like every cover does. With the Fabled Offering, but there's this one, I guess, more than others, just in the way that you have Sizen and Aurelia being side by side as they're reaching for this baby, and you can tell that she's not pregnant anymore because a part of the story is her being pregnant and being on this journey um, to meet Sizen. So it's kind of a little tease of like, are they going to be like united? Um, Are they fighting over her child? And then you have Sizen's ship taking the child up. If you read the story, you'll see that this is like kind of a teleportation device, a tractor beam device that takes them into the ship. So, um, yeah, it's I just really love this cover. It turned out so good. Like uh, the lighting, like for the red and how it um, worked out on like with the blue backdrop. That's something about these covers I noticed too. Like it's all red and blue. So I think that contrast really works well. Kevin says, I think that's the cover I got. You chose wisely, Kevin. You chose wisely, my friend. Um, yeah, dude. This cover looks great. I think you're gonna be like so happy with it. Um, when I sign your book, do you want me to sign it on the cover, or do you want me to sign it on the inside, like here? I could sign it like down here or something. Let me know. Ichthus says, "Oh my bad, I got it confused. I didn't know the Fabled Offering was your previous work. That the protagonist is pregnant or protecting her child." Yeah, no. So this is my first foray um, into sci-fi fantasy. So the Fabled Offering is a sci-fi fantasy story, and it blends the two genres. It it definitely, I think, like on a visual level, it looks more like a fantasy book, but on a conceptual level, it's more science fiction. Um, I think that's right. You tell me, like when you read the book. Um, I still have the book up on Indiegogo. Here, let me share that really quickly. So everyone, you can still get the Fabled offering on Indiegogo right now. I'm going to be closing this campaign most likely over the weekend or starting next week when I start shipping things out. As fulfillment closes, I don't want to have to keep like packaging and shipping all the time. So I want to really kind of get it all done and then focus on child issue 3. So this is your last time you're going to be able to order this book. So if you like what you see and you have not placed an order, you can do that right now on Indiegogo. I can put the link in the chat. I thought I had it in the chat, but I think it went away. Let's see. So yeah, it's in demand right now. We raised over $5,100 on Kickstarter, and we raised over $1,500 on Indiegogo. So we made nearly like 7 grand on this book, like to print it, ship it, and to finish the art and do the lettering and all of that. It takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy to do this. So if you guys like what you see, if you want a different cover, feel free to back the campaign. If you backed on Kickstarter, let me know and I can ship your book. I can ship both covers to and that way we can save on shipping. So Kevin, if you want another cover, I think I also have it to where you can add on the other covers. So if you pick like cover B or C or whatever, and you want to add the other ones on, you can, and then I can ship out your order all together. So feel free to do that. All the money goes to me, so it only helps me ship out these books and helps me make comics and keep making comics. I have a lot of books here, guys, so I want to sell all these and do signings and conventions and all that fun stuff. What's so great about this story too is that it's a one and done, so you can read it. And while I hope you want more, you don't need to have more. And you don't need to read anything before it. You don't need to read anything after it. It's a self-contained story. If you want the PDF, it's only $6. I don't know if you backed it or not. I totally forget. Sorry if you did. But anyone who wants any of these covers, they're still available on here, and there is a option for all the covers. If you haven't backed and you want all of them, you can also get the Foxhole Comics bundle, which has all my books, Seasons and Manchild and Lifeline. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this campaign up just for like another week, maybe two. I don't know. Like if I get a few more backers, I'll leave it up a little bit longer, but I don't want to leave it up too much longer since we're gonna be in fulfillment now. But let's see. All right. So that is cover D by Ariel Murti. I love it. Let's see. Kevin says that cover caught my attention because it gave me Lord of the Rings, Star Wars vibes. Yeah, dude. Yeah. If we make more of these, I'll probably have Ario do another one. I might get some of the same artists back, and we can do different covers for other issues. Um, but we'll see. It's up to you guys. At the end of this book, I have an afterword that's kind of a call to action to let everyone know, hey, if you like this, if you want more of this world, more of this story, please let me know. I'm asking you to let me know and to not be shy about it. Ask me questions. We can have a conversation about the story. So yeah. All right. What is next? We haven't seen cover B yet, and we have not seen cover E. So the one by Will Playden, and then also let's see. Ooh, Ricardo Latina. Yeah, that one. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. This one is going to be cover B by Will Clayton. Add this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. This looks so good. This is another traditionally painted cover. I actually have the original for this one as well. Um, so there's a long history with Will and I and this book. And, originally, um, I wanted the book to be like traditionally painted like this. And I talked to Will about painting it all and, it being this way. But it would have taken like forever. It would have taken so long. And I didn't want to have to wait that long. And I also realized that, Marco was the better pick for this type of book. And but so like this cover, I'm really proud of, and I kind of consider it, this is like the first time Aurelia was ever drawn. This is like the concept cover. This is you know, this is like, how like Ralph McQuarrie did all those paintings for the Star Wars movies? Like this is what this is uh, to me. When I see this, I'm like, this is where things started. This is like the first concept designs for the characters. The blade handle's different, the design for Sizen's different, the Sizen's ship is different. But all of these things, all these components were a huge part in how the book ended up looking. And it was really like uh, I sent this to Marco when we started working on the book together to let him know, these are the designs. Like these are the things that um, this is how we want the book to feel. This is how we want it to look, but do your own thing with it. Change anything you want to change. Um, and but yeah, I'm really really happy with this cover. This is really cool. All of these pieces are so good. Um, it just says, "Wow, beautiful." The villain is walking, talking eyeball. That is so metal. Yes. How does he even talk? Does he communicate with the protagonist telepathically? That's a great question. So, um, something that you'll see. Oh, I don't know why I'm pulling this, taking this down. Um, so, Sizen is the time ancient, um, and he represents, or he kind of curates the past, present, and future. And so he has his past self. You can see he has his mouth and his eyes and everything. His present self, there's this veil, and it has this bloody crown, like jeweled thorns. And this is the present self of Sizen, and he has the eyeball on his mouth. And then the future version, there's no eyeball. There's just smoke. Um, and then you see his eyes are actually like barren, like hollow, um, or they're he he you can see a progression of changes, and he also has a beard in his future self. So um, these are all kind of little like hints at the the character, and how a character um whose authority over time, basically, I wanted to visually represent that. And so we That's how we look at things, the past, present, and the future. Um, so uh, in terms of communication, it's an audible voice. You can hear it, but you don't necessarily know which face it's coming from. And sometimes when he speaks, it's from the past or the present tense, or like a future tense. Like he knew this was coming, or um, this is unexpected. Or my vision's clouded, like all those things. So he's in constant communication with himself, and there are things that his future self knows that his present self doesn't, and that his past self um is like unaware of, and so it's kind of a mess in terms of like how to keep all of that straight in a way. But this is a deity, this is an ancient deity, this is a character who we don't necessarily understand, how he communicates, how he works, how he sees things. But he's kind of, omniscient to everything. Like um, and omnipresent to everything because of his status as one of the ancients, which are basically like the deities of this world. So you kind of have to read it, I guess, to kind of see what I mean. But it's not like a telepathic link or anything. But what I love about the way that DC Hopkins lettered this is that, um, you know, there's no like lettering tails. They're all just like kind of spread out, and it's up to the reader to kind of work out like, oh, like this must be this face saying that and this face saying that. So I kind of want you to like have that interaction and mystery to it, to where you're like, how is he approaching this specific scenario? Is this all part of his plan? That kind of thing. Like this, how did you design the character? Did you create them yourself, or you hire a character designer and give them props and references to convey the character concepts? Oh man, that's a great question. So, I have another newsletter that I posted like last year sometime that went over the designs for Sizen. Um, I have a notebook. I have a notebook with my designs. This is so cool. So like this is my notebook, where I started working on the Fabled offering. Um, the first thing that I ever wrote was, and I must have come up with the title like earlier somehow, or it was like a working title. Sometimes the working title becomes the title. Like I'll think, oh, I'll come up with a better title, but I never do. Yeah, the Fabled offering, sci-fi fantasy heroine story, Seven to Eternity, The Fountain, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Um, and I go through all these different ideas. Um, let's see. So here are my initial like design ideas for Sizen, uh, and that's his staff too. So I was like playing around with, these are very rough and awful, but I was playing around with the idea of the three faces and the veil. I thought, I don't know, like I thought like a crown, a jeweled like red crown dripping blood on a veil, um, with like an eyeball for a mouth, like like, yeah, like why not, right? Like like wait, what does that look like? I think that looks cool. Um so yeah, and there's like a sketch that I did of him. This was like 3 years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, this was a while ago, and that's some sketches of Australia. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, um, you know, what I wanted her to look like what kind of skin color, what her hair color would be. I had, like, different colors I was looking at, and these guys here are the Macmol. So this is, like, the race that she fights at the beginning of the story. I was thinking of different ideas for what they might look like. So yeah, like I come up with all the designs for most of the things. I don't really have all the colors maybe all the time in my head, but like I know what I want, I guess well enough, and um I feel like we were able to translate it pretty well. To answer your question, could you sign the cover and the inside? Sorry if I'm greedy. I'm a fan. Yeah, no, I could do that. I will do that. I'd be happy to sign both. You get double the signatures. Wow, the design ideas look so awesome. Don't bash yourself. I'm excited seeing this type of stuff. Thanks, Ictus. Yeah, dude. Yes. I filled this entire notebook with ideas. I think I wrote the entirety of the Fabled offering in here. And I also started my post-apocalyptic noir story in here. That is going to be something that I hope to reveal soon. Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. So Ariel Murty's cover, like that's my layout for it, and like I sent him this layout. There we go. You can see it better now. So I was like working with this idea. I was like, what if we did this? Stick figures. It never fails. Like a picture picture speaks 1,000 words, right? See, do I have any of the other covers? Oh yeah, so this is the wraparound cover that Marco did. This is cover A. Like I was trying to figure out, how we could do that. I remember you sharing your layout. It came out so fantastic. Yeah, dude. Oh, and here's the mark of Sizen. Um, so that is this mark here, which I actually took. It's taken from a Mayan god, I believe, a fertility. So hint, hint. And then Sizen, if you look at that name, that's like an underworld deity name. So it kind of has some flavors of being evil, being dark, being an antagonist. All right, next cover, last cover, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you guys are enjoying this, please like this video. Say hi in the chat. What do you guys think so far? Do you want to see more interiors? Let me know. If you have any questions about the campaign or about fulfillment, um, I can show off some of the prints and the stickers. I did get those. So the last cover is going to be cover E by Ricardo Latina. Or it could be Latina, maybe. So this one's going to feature Anobicus, the cyber horse that Aurelia has in the story. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. Oh yeah. This looks sharp. Look at that detail, guys. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, this looks so good. So you have Aurelia and you have Anobicus, and then you have Mount Gephyra in the background, which is her destination. So let me show you guys. Yeah. Yeah, so there's Mount Gephyra right there. You can see it's like surrounded by like these like rings, like almost like like a like a nexus, I'm trying to think of what you call that. But um yeah, it's right there too on the cover. Yeah, I'm sure when Ricardo was like, "Oh, I have to draw a horse, but like not only a horse, but like a cyber horse," and same with Marco. Let me see, I can show really quickly. Yeah, here's the horse and the book itself. Oh, I love these panels so much. Like these are just like look at that. Such like tender moments between Aurelia and Anobicus. Ah, yes, guys. So this is it. This is it, guys. We went through all the covers. Ichthus says, I swear, man, this is fantastic. The horse is phenomenal. I had my phase of being obsessed with horses as a kid, toys and movie, that the horse is the center of the story. Yeah, dude, like Spirit. Um, what are some other ones? Spirit was a huge one. There was like Black Beauty. Um, trying to think what else, but I know what you mean. Like any as a kid, you're like any creature, like having sentience and um being able to like communicate and talk and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, look at that. We really crafted an entire world here, guys. Like, I mean, let me brighten this up here. Put all these side by side. I think the light for my camera is going to go out soon. So let's this is what we made. We did it, Marco. If you're still watching, dude, like we made it. We did it. This is book number 6 for me. But we crafted this entire new universe, and there's new characters, new worlds to explore. If you love science fiction and fantasy, like this is it. Like we made it. We did it. Like there's no I don't know how you can look at this and not not see it, not feel it, and uh, this is everything that you want out of an adventure story, and um, a character study and an emotional roller coaster of a ride. Like this is it. So, uh, I'm really, really proud of this, and they came out so good. They look so good. I mean, they're beautiful. Like they look amazing. All the covers look great. I mean, look at that, guys. Like if you weren't convinced that we were building a world and that this is something that you can absorb yourself into, like the reason why I did so many covers too is because I wanted to show you what you're missing out on. Like I wanted to give you different examples of this is the world that you're gonna inhabit. And of course I want you to get all the covers, but um there's so much here. There's so much here. And we made it. We created something out of nothing. So uh I can't wait for you guys to read these. These look so good. Like they look way better in person. I hope the camera did it justice as much as possible, as much as we could do it justice. Um, I did want to show really quickly. We got the. It's not really gonna do it. We got the Aurelia sticker, the Chibi sticker. Every backer gets one of these. So yeah, we got these, and then I did get the trading card. Like I said, it's not here with me right now, but it did deliver. So cannot wait. And then some of you like added the art prints into your order. So we got the Dustin Tyree art print of Aurelia. So these came in. So these will be in your order. And then we also got the Rick Rother art print here. There we go. So yeah, Aurelia is about to slay some orcs here. Not really orcs, but you know what I mean. There are no orcs in the Fabled offering, just so you guys know. But an orc-like creature. And then yeah, I can't wait to see the trading cards. I'll definitely post a picture of those when I get those. Uh, and I'm also um let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna be starting packaging these probably this weekend or early next week. Getting all the packages ready to go. Turn this off here. Um so there's a lot of work to be done, but we're in the home stretch. Oh yes, we did. Marco says. Kevin says, "I want more of the universe." All right, Kevin, we hear you. We hear you. I want more too. I really do. I have ideas. I have ideas. Man, I'm gonna have to get Marco for a variant comic on my upcoming comic. Oh yeah, yeah, dude, hire Marco to do like a variant cover for your book. That would be awesome. Um, feel like Ectus, I missed these. Your work looks top tier. I'm honestly surprised your books haven't been picked up by a publisher yet. Yeah, what is up with that? What, these people, they don't. They don't know what they're missing out on. Yeah, believe me, I'm I'm talking with a few, but I don't know. You just don't know how it's going to work out, and so I never want to tease anything unless something's for certain. Um, but uh, yeah, I hope they come knocking on my door. Uh, you guys have to spread the word, tell people you love my work. Let it spread by word of mouth. I want publishers to be like, yeah, why haven't we hired this guy? Like, this stuff looks amazing. Like, obviously, right? Do I need to talk to you about your thought process and how you make your physical books look so great? Yeah, of course. It's important to find the right printer. That's really important. I've been using the same printer for all of my books. Everyone loves the quality of my books. So we can have that conversation. And then um, the design sense of how things just look, and how things are displayed, and how we work on the spine, and you know have the back. We you want things to be like just easily accessible. What I mean, the surefire way for your books to look professional is to look at some of your favorite books, look at some of your favorite comics, and be like, okay, what did they do here? Like how do they have, like, why do they have the dedication page on here? And do they have a forward or an afterword? And like how they all, how it all comes together. Um, you want people to um pick up your book and say that. You want people to be like, why haven't you been picked up by a publisher? Like, you want people to pick up your book and be like, who published this? You don't want people to pick up your book and be like, oh yeah, this looks like an indie book. I mean, we are indie, like we are, but that doesn't mean we settle. I'll put it that way. Just because we're indie, it doesn't mean we settle. I think sci-fi and fantasy together are a great forum for exploring different worlds and dynamics. Also, the sticker is fabulous. Thank you. Yes. Um, I think so too. And honestly, I'm more of a science fiction person, but uh I do love fantasy. Like it's kind of, it depends on the kind of fantasy, I guess. But I felt like I just didn't want to do either or. I wanted to do both. And I really wanted to do something aesthetically challenging. Like, how can we make this look and work? And, like, can we have a cybernetic horse in like this fantasy setting? Like how do we kind of mash up these ideas and, um, the best of both worlds? Like, how do we capture that? And Marco, like, he we could read each other's mind. Like, he knows what I'm looking for, and there's no one else. Like, I really believe this. All the books that I've worked on, Anthony with Seasons, Lifeline. I worked with 7 different artists from all around the world, so it's kind of a different scenario. Um, but I still believe all those artists were perfect for those chapters. But Man Child and the Fabled Offering, excuse me, um, no one could have done those books like Anthony does Seasons, like Jay does Man Child, and like Marco does the Fabled Offering. Like, I I really believe in my artists, and I believe that this is the guy. Like like this is the one who can accomplish this, because I see a lot of art out there, and there's amazing people out there, and they do great work. But I think when you read the Fabled Offering and you look at all the books I've done, um you can see that there's like a synergy, there's an energy there that we're capturing that I don't think any other artist could capture. So, um, Marco was made for this story, just like Jay was made for Manchild, and Anthony was made for Seasons. Like that's how I feel about it. Kevin says, working on my podcast, would love to talk to you. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'm gonna be promoting Manchild a lot in October. So maybe we can do a podcast in October. I would love to share that. We can talk about the Fabled offering and we can talk about Manchild and any of my other books or any other questions you have. So that would be great. I am looking for podcasts to be on. So people, if you're watching, if you're like, hey, like, yeah, like I have a podcast or a show, let's do it. I'm gonna be on my world tour, my international world tour, while staying in my office here. But promoting Man Child issue 3, getting that going. Um, you guys, you guys have no idea. Like I know I've hinted at this before, but I got to work with my favorite comic book artist of all time for a cover for Man Child issue 3. I've only shown or told maybe like 3 people, and that's it. So I'm gonna be sharing soon who it is. September 1st is coming around, and I want to people know, um, like beforehand that this artist is working on this book. Um, and I've been kind of getting all of my marketing ideas in place for September and trying to think of how to get eyes on Manchild issue 3. Let's see if we got any more pre-launch followers really quickly before we go. Let's see. Let's refresh. Still at 69. Dang it. No, it's okay. Um, so yeah, who wants to be follower number 70? Like go here. I'll put this in the chat. So go sign up for Manchild issue 3 if you haven't. Please do that. Be follower number 70. Ichthus says, sure, I will definitely listen to any podcast you will be on. Thanks, dude. September 1st is my birthday. Whoa, dude. Happy early birthday. No way. Did we hit 70? Thank you, Kevin. We did it. We're at number 70. Ichthus, if you haven't followed, do that, dude. Anyone who's watching this, if you haven't followed Manchild issue 3, click on the link and follow it. Yeah, we're trying to get to 200 followers before October 1st. We're going to go live October 1st. So awesome. Thank you guys for following. And yes, let's see. Happy birthday. That's right. I followed from my business account I just made. Awesome, dude. If this says done. Oh, no way. Are we at 71? Woohoo! All right, guys, you see that? 71. Awesome. Let me take this ticker off. You can see it better. All right. Thank you, Ichthus. Yeah, happy birthday, Kevin. Man, I hope you have a great holiday weekend, birthday weekend. That's exciting, dude. Thank you for following. I was talking to Jay the other day because we were just at like 60 followers, and I was like, we just need to get 3 a day. You know, um, by the time October 1st rolls around, we'll be at 200. So I think today we had like 10 or something. So we're good. We're good for a couple of days, but hopefully we'll get a few more over the next few days. Um, and we can get to 100 just like that. I think after, I mean, it's my hope that after I share the full gatefold cover by Ben Morse and I start fulfilling these books, people are getting these books at their door. They see that I do fulfill. If someone has never backed me before, if you guys have backed me before, you know that I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make comics. Hopefully money comes later down the road, but like I fulfill. I always put in my best work, my best effort that I can possibly put in. I do. And so I'm hoping that as people get their books and as people learn about the gatefold cover and then this new variant cover by my favorite artist of all time, as I share that and let people know about it, we'll get up to 100. Maybe we'll get up to 150 soon. And then by the time the campaign rolls around, we can get close to 200. Um, that's my goal. I think with the Fabled offering, we had like 197 backers on Kickstarter and then like 53 on Indiegogo. So um, I really want to break 150 backers for issue 3 of Manchild. I'd love to hit 200 backers, of course. Like that's the goal. There's a lot of people who will follow the campaign, but they won't back it, or they'll follow it until the very end of the campaign and then they'll back it. So whatever works, right? But like, we just want these books to be as successful as possible. We want to share them out and we want people to get quality work. I think you guys can attest just looking at the covers and looking at the interiors of the Fabled offering that, um, you know, this is quality. So I want to share one more time. Let's see here. Yeah, guys. So if you want a quality book, oh, this is it. We got you. We got you covered. Share off these interiors one more time. Look how awesome they look. This book looks gorgeous. This page, like both of these pages, but this page, oh my gosh. Like it turned out so good. Ah, it's so epic. All that detail. Yeah, guys, the book turned out so good. Hey Ben, what's up, man? Who is your printer? So I print kind of exclusively with Print Ninja. Um, they have always done right by me. I've never had any errors whatsoever um, on anything. All my books that I've done, hardcover, floppies, trade paperbacks, no issues whatsoever. Great customer service. Also, the more you use them, they give you discounts and they also give you overrun because they print offset printing. And so they'll give you an overrun of books just because they're using an offset printer. I don't like digital printers. That's something that I found out. Uh, Sorry, I just saw like, this comment. Dude, this book totally fits with Heavy Metal Magazine. Yeah, dude. You're not the first one to say that. So I think everyone feels that way. Oh, my light just went out here. Let me see. Um, so yeah, look at Print Ninja. But like I said, I don't like digital printers. especially for single issues because um, they make the book uh, like the staples. How do I explain it? So like you can tell Marvel and DC they don't use a digital printer because digital printers usually they'll be like a huge uh, like hollow point. Like your book is gonna come out. How do I do this? I don't want to like show in any book that I don't think looks good. So I'm just gonna like um your book is gonna how to do this. It's gonna like look like this when you print it, if that makes sense. Not that bad, but like it's gonna have like when it sits, it's gonna have this it's gonna have like this what do I want to say? This it just doesn't look good to me. I don't know how to like aesthetically it's not pleasing. Like I want it to lay flat. I want it to look like this. Um so that's just like me. That's one of my pet peeves. What's the minimum on offset? I know there are typically higher minimums than digital. Uh, y- Print Ninja's minimum is 250. Um, However, they just implemented a new domestic printing service, and if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I think the minimum can be even lower than that. So I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, that's 250 like that's all you need, right? I mean, like of course you're paying more per book. You want a higher quantity, lower the cost of each book. But if you're just starting out, uh 250 to 500 is a great anything less, why would you even print it? Like I wouldn't just print 100 books unless it was like a very rare collector item. You can also, your quantity, you can divvy up with the different variant covers. So even if you did 250, you could do 100 of the main cover, and then you could do 50 of each variant or 25 of each variant. There's no minimum on the variant. I don't believe so. So you can do, I think, up to like 5 or 6 variants. And I don't know, they've always done like so good for me. Like I sell my books. People look at my books and they're like, "Who printed this?" I brought my books up to James Tynan at C2E2, and he was like, "Who printed this? Like, this looks really good." And I told him it was Print Ninja, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and like, because he's building his own company, and I'm sure they're always looking for printers and looking to be competitive and looking for that quality. So I don't know, it impresses people, so I recommend them. It looks stiff when it sits and sticks out a bit, right? No comment. No comment on that one. Cool, thanks for the info. Yeah, dude. Um, you know, I go for quality. Like it's my uh what do I want to say? That's my story and I'm sticking to it, like quality over quantity. Um, I don't think, that's the end all be all, like all or nothing type of um I don't know, stance to have. But I've been making comics for 6, 7 years. I come out with a book per year, nearly over 400 pages. They're not just like floppies, they're not just like 20, 24 pages. Um, Seasons, both volumes were over 100 pages. This is 46 pages. Lifeline was like 90 pages. Um, and so I have like 400 pages of comics out there in the world over the past 6 7 years. um and that's a lot of comics. It's not like 2 3 books a year, but I think each book has staying power. And I think the fact that people keep coming back for more shows their staying power, and shows that it's not necessarily about how many books you make, but the kind of books that you make. And uh, like having it be memorable, having a story stay with you and stick with you. Uh, I think it also, it speaks to the fact of your insistence on making sure you're putting the best product you possibly can out there. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think if I don't know, it's just like I know how hard it is to make comics, okay? Um unless you like are doing it full time, uh I don't see how you can put your best foot forward or your best effort into your book if you're doing multiple books a year. Like it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but and it might just be my process, but I feel like um if I've been juggling multiple projects, and I'm still only able to do one, maybe two a year. Um and it's a lot on my shoulders. And maybe it's the my process. Maybe there's something wrong with my process, or I'm just slow at making art. Uh but I think that you can't risk screwing up in the indie scene, because I mean, someone's one of your books is going to be someone's first impression. They may have not read Man, Child, or Seasons. Like maybe the Fabled Offering is going to be their first impression of my work. Uh, First impressions are important. You want to see people improve, but if I read like one or two of your books and I'm like, I don't know, like I maybe I'll wait a few more books later to back you. But I want people to, this is my one shot, right? So I want people to read one of my books and be like, I'm gonna back this guy on the next book and the next book and the next book. Like they're like I'm sold. Like that's what I want. That's the kind of fan I want. I want to be able to produce something that makes you a lifelong fan just by reading that one book. That's kind of I'm playing the long game in that respect of like, no, like if you don't like this, you probably won't like anything else that I make. Like this is my best self I'm putting out, my best work that I'm putting out right now. That's not always the case, but like that's just how I try to approach it, because everyone's comic could be their first comic, and so you want that quality to be there from the outset. You don't want to like settle and be like, oh, it's my first time at it. They'll forgive me. Like don't have that attitude. Like you're making your book, like you have to be hard on yourself. You have to put your best foot forward, and be like, hey, this is my one shot. Like I might die tomorrow. I might not make comics ever again. If this was the last comic book I ever made, like this would be it. Like that's how you need to approach it. And put all your cards out on the table. Like this is it. Like we're in it to win it, man. Because I think the passion shows through. Like it's kind of like when people get lazy on their stories, like midway through. Like they're really excited at the beginning, and then they have the ending in mind, but like the middle, like they don't really have it figured out, or they're just trying to get to the ending. It's like no, it's the journey. Like make every issue in the series count, make every book in the series count, be enthusiastic about every book. If you're not enthusiastic about that particular chapter in your book, it's probably not good. So you know you need in the indie scene specifically, people will feed off your energy and your enthusiasm and your persistence and your ability to like be in front of people and show yourself and be vulnerable and be like, hey, like this is what I'm making. I'm proud of it. So don't shy away of what you're doing, but realize that um, faster doesn't always mean better, and always strive for quality over quantity, and um, focus on how you can make your story the best it can possibly be with what you know now. Don't settle. Like, just don't settle. Like, be reasonable, be practical. Like, you don't want people waiting 2, 3 years for your book. Like, get it out there. Um, you know, th- I need to go through this book, but like I painstakingly went over the PDF and the printer proof, like I don't even know how many times, like so many times, like you wanna know your book inside and out so well that you're sick of it, So like let it go. Like it's time to move on. Like that's you need to obsess over it for as long as you need to obsess over it. Um but yeah, so it's and then it's time to say goodbye. So that's some weird tangent I went on, but hopefully that was helpful. Doing my first floppy next year. I've been doing perfect bound 100 plus pages, so I've been doing small digital runs thus far. Oh, okay, dude. Well, cool. Welcome to the floppy scene. No, my first two books were, or my first book was a hardcover, and then second book was a trade paperback, and third book was a hardcover. So it really came out swinging, um, which I think has its pros and cons. Uh, but you're trying to get people invested in your story. And if it works, I think people will stick with you. I've had backers who've backed everything I've done since my first book. People I don't even know who they are, but they must have liked it enough to like keep coming back. So um, it's kind of nice, like going to like a 20, 24 page, 30 page book from like a 100 page book because it's just a lot more off your plate. You're like, oh, okay, like costs are down. It's going to be a shorter turnaround time, all that kind of stuff. So that, that works. If this says, I looked into Print Ninja. I remember before the standard print order was like 5 years ago, was at least 1,000. They didn't do comic book printing back then either. Um, it would have had to have been even later than like earlier than that. Um, because I started working with them in 2017 or 18. And I think they had those minimums. So yeah, it would have had to have been maybe like 8 years ago or something. Um, but I think with how many more people use Kickstarter and crowdfunding, I'm sure that they're getting a lot more orders, hopefully. I don't know. There's a lot of different printers out there. There's actually a guy who shared a list of printers that do like digital and offset in a Facebook group, comic book Facebook group. And I was like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot out there. Like, and I know a lot of people have been having issues with Comics Wellspring recently. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about uh, the transition over there and what it's been like. So I've never used them, but um, I really feel for those people who are waiting on their books and you know are having a hard time. That's one part about comic book making I don't like. I don't like file formatting. I don't like all of the technical side of it. I just want to like make the book work with the artist, make something cool, and like it just appears. But it doesn't always work that way. That's why you need to get like I envy mainstream writers and people who don't have to be indie for that regard because they don't have to worry about any of that stuff and they can just work on their craft. Someday I hope to be in that position. Okay, we did it. I'm tired, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm very excited though. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for the unboxing of the Fabled offering. They look insanely good. I am really happy. I think. Let me see. All right, guys. So Seasons Volume 1, Seasons Volume 2, Lifeline, Manchild, all the variant covers for issue 1. Uh, Manchild issue 2. Here's the Marco Rudy variant cover for issue 2 of Manchild. And then the Fabled offering. Look at all that. These are this should be my new intro for my like videos and channel. Like um I'm Nandor Fox Schaefer and I make comics and this is what I made. So this is my life's work right here. All the way from 20 to 27. Uh, Started making comics when I was 20 years old, 21. Like my first book came out when I was 21, uh, just about to turn 21, and here we are. We got almost 400 pages of comics out in the world. So we're doing it, guys. We're making dreams come true. Let's keep it. Let's keep the dream alive. Let's keep it going. You're shuffling your comics like a deck of cards, man. What an accomplishment. Yeah, dude. That's the goal. Hey, Caden. Thanks for tuning in, man. Nice to see them all together. I know. It's so great to have them all like here we go. So it's awesome. Really, really happy to have all these together. Hey, Fish. What's up? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm just about to close out the stream, but I appreciate you stopping by. Did an unboxing for the Fabled offering, my latest book, my sci-fi fantasy book. Uh, it turned out so good. Really happy. So I'm going to be shipping these out soon to all the backers. I have about like 200 packages to ship out. So I'm going to be in the trenches. That's an impressive stack of books. Yes, thank you. Yep, this is everything I've made so far. All the variant covers included. Seasons 1 and 2, Lifeline, Manchild issue 1 and 2, and the Fabled offering. If you haven't yet, Fish, please. I would love it. if you could sign up, I'll share it here. Please sign up for Manchild issue 3. We're going to be launching October 1st. You can get all the issues of Manchild. We're going to be having a freaking epic gatefold cover in the spirit of X-Men #1 by like Jim Lee, kind of a homage to that. But we'll have a gatefold cover. We'll have a couple of different variant covers, but um, I'm trying to get to 200 followers before we launch. We're at 71 right now, so if you can sign up, share it with your indie comics friends, share it on TikTok. Um, that would be awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be in the trenches shipping these books out, but once I come out of the foxhole, I will be sharing this campaign like no one's business. Like it's going to be everywhere. I'm going to be on so many podcasts. I'm going to try to, get everything set up soon. I'm hoping that as I ship these books out and people are getting these books, that they'll sign up for the campaign and they'll come back and support my next book. So, uh, in the pipeline right now, we got issue 3 of Manchild. Then we're going to be launching a campaign for seasons volumes 1 and 2. We're going to be doing uh, trade paperback editions of these bad boys, and we're going to have some new covers for those. And then we're going to be launching volume 3 campaign for seasons. And then issue 4 and 5 of Manchild next year. I'm hoping to do all these next year after issue 3. I also have a post-apocalyptic noir story in the works that I'm really excited about. So that is also in the pipeline. Please subscribe to my newsletter, foxholecomics.substack.com. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. This is for not just for you, Fish, for everyone. Done. Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah, let's see. We at 72. Epic. Yeah. Dude, I want to get to 75 so bad. Come on, guys. Let's get to 75 followers tonight. We can do it. Please share it out. Let everyone know that this campaign is coming soon. Look, we have the Sadistic Six. We're going to be introducing all these new villains. We got the Crane, Summit, Postman, Ivory Horn, Bitter Pill, and Highness Helen. And then here is the cover A by Jay Mazar. So this features the Sadistic Six against the Monarch Crier. Also, Rufus Boston is going to be all alone working the comic book store on New Comic Book Day while the Monarch Crier is fighting the Sadistic Six. So it's going to be a very fun issue. Also, a very dramatic issue. Lots of battles and great superhero action adventure. You guys are going to really enjoy this series if you haven't picked it up yet. This is the time, like if there's ever a time to like get on board with Manchild, it's with this issue. Like this is kind of where it all starts to kind of click a little bit. And you really start to kind of get a feel for the story. Where we're going to be halfway through the story. We're going to be at the halfway point. It's a 6-issue miniseries, and this is where things kind of start to collide. Where you get a little bit more of the world, and you start to see characters return. It's really kind of difficult doing a floppy series like and have it spread out across so long. Like if I could do a campaign every like 3 or 4 months, that would be awesome, but these things just take time. So we're going to keep chugging along and finish the series and finish seasons as soon as possible. We got 2 more volumes of seasons, 3 or 4 more issues of Manchild, and we'll see where the Fabled Offering goes and my post-apocalyptic noir story. But yeah, we got a lot going on here at Foxhole Comics, and I appreciate everyone tuning in, being a part of this, being a part of my journey. I can only make comics because of you guys. Kickstarter and crowdfunding has really changed my life in all the best ways. And, hey, I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of this and for being a part of my journey as a writer. I hope you enjoy my stories. I want you to support them, not just because you want to support me, but because you enjoy these and you like them and you're having a great time with them, and you want to see more of it. So, yeah, I'm here to stay, and we'll keep making comics together. I can't do it without you. So, one last time, please sign up for the Man Child campaign. Please back the Fabled offering on Indiegogo if you haven't. I'm going to be closing the campaign very soon, and I'm going to be shipping these books out here and over the next like week or two. I'm waiting on the sketches from Marco. He's going to be shipping those out to me probably tomorrow or Saturday, all the way from Chile. So they will have traveled far. So all the backers who got a sketch from Marco will be getting those too. Um, I'll get all these packaged up, ready to ship. The post office are going to be my new best friends, everyone there. Um, but it's going to be good. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great holiday Labor Day weekend. Also, check out Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. That is in its last like 24 hours. I have a short story. Marco and I have a short story in that book. So please back that too. Yeah, guys, I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. Uh, Man, these books look incredible. I am so, let's see here. Look at this. It looks so good. Foxhole Comics, man. All right. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do more unboxings of my books as they come out. So I hope I can do more of these more often. But you guys take care. Um, Check out my new video essay tomorrow. It's going to be kind of a controversial one, but I think it's a great conversation starter. So we're going to have fun. We're going to be talking about whether manga is comics, and why I don't think manga is comics, um, but not in the way you think I mean. So it's kind of a bait and switch type deal, not in like a um, cheap way, but I think a lot of people get the wrong idea when people say manga isn't comics. Like, what do we mean by that? What do we mean by comics? What are our definitions of these terms? So I'm excited to share that video with you guys tomorrow here on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts about it. This is not me putting a stake in the ground or a flag in the ground and like being like I'm gonna die on this hill. I just really believe in uh, having these conversations. So let's keep doing it. If you guys like my YouTube videos, please let me know, and I'll keep making those video essays. But all right, can't wait. I can't wait either. I need to ship these books out to you too, Marco. I'll be doing that soon. All right, guys, take care. I will see you later. Welcome to the foxhole. You are now exiting the foxhole.